I don't want us to go home. Yeah, you could be my lifeline, you could be my sunshine in a world so full of pain. Can you make it go away? Used to be so sad that love was lost, but now it's here to stay. Yeah, I used to be uncomfortable, but look at me today. Never thought I'd find someone like you, someone to show the way. But now I know you're the answer to my prayer. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I'm sorry for the burden, sorry I was hurting, but my scars are almost healed. Yeah, my scars are almost healed. Yeah, I'm feeling like a child now. Everything's alright now, and it's all because of you. You made the flower in me bloom. Used to be afraid of everything, but now there's no more fear. Yeah, I used to let nobody in and hide my face with tears. But we thought of you as someone who can love someone like me. But I was wrong, baby, now I believe. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the Danae Show. I am Danielle Danea, aka Danae, and I've got a lot to say. So let's get into it. Today, we're talking about the fires that happen all throughout Los Angeles, specifically the Pacific Palisades. So let's talk about it. First off, I want to say how crazy these fires have, how much they've impacted so many people. My heart goes out to anybody and everybody who lost their house, lost any loved ones. I think the last thing we heard from the news is that 5 or 6 people lost their lives. My condolences go out to those families. So many schools, so much money lost, or so much property lost, pardon me, so many houses, and it's, memories. And my heart goes out to those people. Thank God, I was safe. Thank you to all the family and friends that, called and texted and made sure I was okay. I appreciate it so much. I live in downtown Los Angeles, so I wasn't really affected by the fires. Really, that was all that was really bad was just smoke. And we had the debris all up in the air. I mean, we were breathing it in. It was all in our cars. But thankfully, it's kind of blown over. It's not too bad. Still a little smoky, but not to the point where it's unbearable that you can't breathe. But yeah, I this is crazy. This is crazy times we're living in, and we got to talk about it because a lot of people were making this. A lot of people had different takes on it, and you know what's crazy? Whenever I hear people that aren't from here or haven't done their research about California speaking on things they know nothing about, it just makes me cackle a little bit. But then I remember that I used to be one of those people. Before I lived here, I thought I knew everything about Los Angeles when I came and visited one time with my sister, and I did not know anything. But one thing people got to realize is LA is very, very spread out. The Pacific Palisades is miles away from downtown Los Angeles, like Los Angeles. Like, it's so funny how, they refer to, the Pacific Palisades, the IE, Malibu, like it's its own thing. Like, it's not Los Angeles, like it's not Los Angeles, the city. Like downtown LA, West Hollywood, even Santa Monica. Yeah, I guess that's LA. Like, those are LA. Like, but though Pacific Palisades is like kind of, it's on the outskirts, but you wouldn't know that unless you're here. LA is very spread out. And like I said, those places aren't considered LA per se. It's just, like I said, on the outskirts of the city. It's just another part of California, a bougier part of California. So yeah, that's one. And two, like, people are they're thinking, like, because of these fires happening, like, a lot of people are going to up and move. I saw people saying online that, if this isn't a sign to get out of Los Angeles for people that live there, I don't know what is. I bet everybody is trying to get anywhere but there. And I'm just like, no, it's not what's happening. Like, people are devastated. They lost their homes and, like I said, memories. Paris Hilton put out a post saying, she lost her house. And even though, she has money and has other places she could go, she raised her kid predominantly in this home. She said her little baby had made memories in that house and that it was very dear to her. And it was heartbreaking to see her post. It was really sad, and, but, we're not going anywhere. LA is still a city like that's very desired to live in. We have the nice weather. We have the crazy, exciting events that happen over here. We're going to have the Olympics in the next 3 years in 2028. Like, all this stuff, we're not going anywhere. And like I said, people in the city, we're remaining here. Most people, I saw that Airbnb is offering, I thought it was so great that Airbnb was offering people free stays and if they needed to evacuate and they had nowhere else to go, Airbnb is going to pay people who have Airbnbs to let those people stay for free. I thought that was amazing. But a lot of those Airbnbs are places like downtown Los Angeles, Hollywood, where my sister lives, kind of, and then my cousin lives a little near USC, places like that, and I think that's great. I think it's great that so many people are reaching out and wanting to help, but we got to get to the root of the issue. We got to talk about why these fires even started in the first place. Like, living here, I know it's very dry. We haven't had rain in a long time. But for the fact that it was started and it spread so quickly, yes, there were crazy winds. I witnessed them in my apartment. I was like, what is going on? But it's just very hard for me to believe, like, it spread so fast and there was nothing they could do to stop it. And then learning about how the fire hydrants weren't filled with enough water, like they ran out. Like, that is completely insane to me. Like, to just think, like, if they had those fire hydrants filled up the way they were supposed to, maybe the fire wouldn't have spread. And the fact that the fire started in certain places and then started completely other places, again, super spread out, and the fires weren't connected at all. Talking about, some debris from this fire flew over in the sky over to here, and that's why that fire got started. It makes absolutely no sense. It's so unlikely for that to be a plausible excuse as to why there's a fire that starts in a completely different place I think I saw it is now in Thousand Oaks, which if you understand distance, completely far off. It's like, what is going on? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Chris Brown spoke out. He was like, someone has to be starting these fires because ain't no way. Most logical thing I heard all day. Like, someone's definitely starting these fires because it doesn't make any sense as to why they're as spread out as they are and go for as long as they do. And well, go for as long as they do. It's very intentional. Like, someone allowed them to go that long. And it's really sad that, you know, like stuff like this has to happen in order for people to open their eyes to the government, you know, not caring about us. I mean, so many people made it political, as they should. Some people made it spiritual, which I thought was crazy. People were saying like, this is God punishing us, you know, doing a cleanse, you know, they're burning all the negative energy and stuff like that and creating super extreme, super delusional. This was not something caused by God. It was caused by people, selfish people that didn't want to put unproductive people that didn't want to put water into the fire hydrants and save so many homes, save so many lives. It's crazy. And to learn that, you know, not that much earlier, they cut the budget for firefighter budget by millions months before. And the fact that the mayor just happens to not be in town when it goes down and it conveniently flies back in and when questioned about the situation says absolutely nothing. It's just like, how many signs do you got to see, guys, to see that the government doesn't care about us? Joe Biden has never cared about us. Our mayor, our governor, Gavin Newsom, doesn't care about us. You know, they don't care. They're only looking out for themselves. There's a hidden agenda that we don't know about. I believe the government, the CIA, they're 10 steps ahead of us when it comes to what they're planning. But we got to open our eyes to what's happening in front of us, because that's all we can do. I'm not asking people to, you know, do a deep search, do a deep dive into the government planning and, you know, commit crimes. I'm not asking you to do that. Just look in front of you. Look at what's happening. Literally, there's a news interview. If you haven't seen it, I don't know how you haven't seen it. It's been everywhere I look on my social media apps, of them interviewing the mayor right as she lands, and she about what's happening and what she thinks about everything that's happening, what she's going to do to fix it, and she's completely mute. Not saying I'm sorry for people who lost their lives, or not saying I can't even comment. She just is mute. Like, it's so uncomfortable to look at. It was so funny watching Candace Owens comment about this, because she said it seemed like there was a language barrier, which I thought that too. I was like, why? What, is she like a little slow? Like, she doesn't understand English? What is going on? Because that's what it looks like in this interview. She looks like she doesn't know what you're talking about, which is insane, because she knows exactly what's happening. She knows exactly what's happening. She just doesn't want to comment. And maybe I'm pretty sure she has a boss telling her not to comment. And she's playing her role. She's standing in line. She's following the rules. And it's just really sad and ridiculous at this point. Like, I remember coming to downtown last week, or this only happened a few days ago. My perception of time is crazy. A few days ago, we were walking in downtown, my boyfriend and I, and we saw that everybody had their masks on, the COVID masks back on, quick. And my boyfriend, he said something that really made me think about something. He was like, all these people are now in masks again. Brought us right back to COVID 2020, all that stuff that happened. Y'all know what happened. And it's like, we kind of thought, it's like these people, it's like, we wonder if these people are happy. Like, they were looking for another issue again to bring out those masks again. They were looking for something crazy dramatic happen in order to put the mask on. Because again, it's like a victim mentality, like, oh, outside is so dirty and stuff. Oh my gosh. And, it's a way to hound other people if they're not wearing their masks. Like, how dare you? Why would you want to breathe in this bad quality air? Like, they kind of hounded you when COVID happened. And if you didn't wear a mask, like, how dare you? Oh my goodness, this virus is going around. You're going to get somebody sick. You're going to kill somebody if you don't wear a mask. People weren't doing that. Obviously, they weren't attacking us for not wearing a mask because it's new and it's a fire. It's not going to cause people to die. But the point is that people want to be, it's like people want to easily be controlled. People want to become docile. It's like if the government made it mandatory for everybody to wear masks and made it mandatory tomorrow for everybody to evacuate, even places like mine where the smoke is not that bad, we can still continue on our day-to-day lives, people would do it. No questions asked. It would just be a thing that happens because they want somebody to order them around because they don't want to think for themselves. They don't want to be the solution to the problem. They want other people to be solutions so they can't be accountable for anything. And it's just really, really pathetic. It's really, really pathetic. To say these fires started because my natural causes from someone, scraping some steel on the ground and causing something, wood or something to catch fire, a dead tree or something, dead debris to catch fire. That's the cause. Or somebody lighting a cigarette and getting caught on some old trees, the debris, and causing it to cause the fire. It's just, no, this was very intentional, guys. I'm telling you, I truly doubt this was caused by somebody. And I think I saw in the news that they were questioning somebody that they think might have started the fire. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. Even if there was somebody who accidentally started the fire or, came across it. I really believe someone told that person, if this is the person that actually started the fire, told the person to start it to cause this chaos, to cause this to happen. Because again, you got to look at history. It's so interesting that they cut the budget for the fire department not too long before this happens. And then want to be like, oh my gosh, we can't believe this happening. This was out of control. You could have controlled it. You had every resource to control it. You could have kept the budget the way it was or not, lowered it to that extreme number. Cut the budget that much in order for them not to be able to supply water in the fire hydrants. Like, come on now. Come on now. They're planning it. They want these disasters to happen. So we're more reliant on them to do things. All these people, I'm looking at the media, all these people outraged asking Gavin, so what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do, miss? They got a woman on an interview complaining about, her child's school getting burned up and asking, what are you going to do? Are you going to call Are you going to call the president? I want to hear your call. First off, I thought it was actually accurate that I looked in the comments under one of these posts, posting this woman outraged, confronting Gavin Newsom about what's going on. And I thought also someone commented like the entitlement to think you are entitled to listen to a phone call between the president and the governor is crazy. I actually do agree with that. I'm like, no, there's some conversations that these people in power should have, not with civilians. But at the same time, I'm also like, they should be doing something. But again, what are you going to do? What are you planning to do? This is your country too. Are you going to make sure to not vote for somebody who, to be governor, who doesn't give a dang about what's going on and what's happening? That actually is going to make our state better? Are you going to speak up and speak out to what you're experiencing? and, encourage people to vote for people for the right reasons, to really understand politics and policies, do their research? Are you going to do that? Are you going to help the people that are suffering along with you? Like, it's so funny how we want to blame other people for the results of our actions. It's like, we voted him in. We voted him in. And now you want to be outraged? When this Gavin Newsom has repeatedly shown that he does not give a F. Literally, even in his response to this woman, he's like, I'm on the phone with the president. Actually, I'm not on the phone. It was so funny. He said he was on the phone with the president, and then 2 seconds later, it was like, actually, I am not on the phone with him. I can't get service around here. Sorry. It's like, huh? Like, lying straight to our faces. So boldly. No hesitation. Mind-boggling, man. I hate that so many people's families were lost, and I thought it was crazy that people were like talking about, that's the rich side of California, the Pacific Palisades, Malibu, all that. It's crazy how their houses burned up. That's what the rich get for messing with us poor folks. I don't even know what people talk. People just talk and don't, I think, understand what it is they're saying. They just hear something and then repeat it. And it's just stupid. It's just straight out stupid. It's like, huh? Like, I think the fire is very intentional, but I don't think it targeted, like, I don't know. It might have targeted certain people. Like, certain celebrities got their houses blown, gone, destroyed, and then other people didn't. I don't know what the end goal is. Only they know, right? Again, I think they're like years ahead of us. But to sit here and be like, to be gloating and glad about somebody losing their house just because they're rich is a different type of evil, and you need help. You need healing. Like, that's not cute. Disgusting person or not, someone going through loss like that, even if she can stay at one of her hotels or stay at another house of hers. Again, you can't replace memories. You can't replace experiences. It's still loss. And the fact that people are also so outraged that certain people wouldn't, excuse me. Pardon me. People were so upset that certain people weren't opening their houses up to people if they felt like, they I don't know, content creators who would post in their house or something. They're like, you need to let those people in that lost their houses. If you don't do it, you're a bad person. And it's just like, these people aren't even letting in people in their own homes. It's like, why are you condemning them? It's like, if they offer to do it, great, but it's not mandatory. But it's like, I've seen so many people reached out. Like I said, big companies like Airbnb are reaching out. So it's just, people always try to find a problem in everything. And instead of focusing on the problem we need to be focusing on, they are focusing on one another. Like, instead of building with one another to figure out how we can figure out what we're going to do in this next year. This is crazy. This is happening in January. I said this to my boyfriend the other day. I was like, it's crazy how the government was like, oh, we're not starting late. We're not doing this mid-year. When was COVID? COVID is like March, April. They were like, we're not waiting until March, April. We're starting January. We're starting the year off with a bang in the worst way possible. So yeah, it's just it's just crazy. It was like, we're mad at one another, but we need to be mad at people like Gavin Newsom. We need to be mad at the mayor. I forget her name. I think her name is like Karen something. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. The mayor, the president. We should be mad at that. We should be mad at them, pardon me. Not pinpointing at one another, like who's doing enough and who's not doing enough and trying to figure that out. It doesn't matter. and trying to figure it out after. This fire never should have started. That's the problem we should be focusing on. We should have had enough firefighters out there. We should have had enough water. We shouldn't have had firefighters risking their lives to this degree. I mean, firefighters risk their lives for fires all the time, but this fire is insane. This fire doesn't compare to regular fires. Crazy. And if you go back and look at old interviews, it's so crazy of firefighters back in 2020 when COVID was happening and it was mandatory for firefighters to get the vaccine. A lot of firefighters did not want to get the vaccine and they ended up getting fired. So there was a shortage on firefighters because they fired all of them just because they wouldn't get this poison injected to their arm that they didn't know nothing about. It was never proven to be effective, right? It's ridiculous. You got there's a firefighter literally giving a speech. He was like, it's crazy that the job I love doesn't love me back and is punishing me for deciding not to put just anything into my body. It's sad. They had to literally call up inmates in prison to help put out these fires. Thank God for them, but they shouldn't have had to do that. They should have kept those firefighters on that they fired all those years ago and had enough water and kept the budget and had enough water in the fire hydrants. Simple as that. Simple as that. That's nothing more to say. But to give you guys an update, like I said, the smoke has cleared a lot now. It's not even that bad. There was like literally so much debris on cars. Like to wash your car would be just stupid because it was just coming down hard, like dust all over cars. It's not that bad anymore. And I think it's been all put out. I might be wrong about that, but I don't know. Where everybody's trying to fix the damages now, and I heard it's millions of dollars in damages. I don't even, maybe it's billions even, I don't know. But a lot of monumental things got ruined, a lot of expensive houses. So yeah, I saw this. I don't want to believe everything on the internet because people just say things. They were saying, because people were getting out of their cars when they saw these fires happen because they couldn't, roads were blocked in order to make way for the firefighter trucks to come in. And they were saying they were giving tickets to those cars that were still stuck on the freeway or wherever. And I was just like, that's crazy. If that's happening, that's some craziness happening right there. But if it's not true, then it is what it is. I hope people were able to get their cars back. But yeah, let me just end with this. I think this is just the beginning. I think the government is going to try something else in order to get us to be completely under their control. I think this was just another test. I think COVID thing was just another test as well. But I think this was another push to get more people under the control, because I think at the end of last year, a lot of people were opening their eyes to the government with the election, how things how the government operates, that the government lies about politicians to get you to believe and do what it is they wanted you to do. A lot of people opened their eyes toward the end of last year, so they're trying to get those eyes that were open closed again, right, with this. And I think that, it worked on a lot of people. When I see the comments, but I don't know. I might be seeing the worst of it. Maybe there's a lot of people that are like, no, and think like me. Like, this is ridiculous. What is going on? Want answers, want results. We'll see. But again, they're going to need another test because this one didn't last as long as COVID, for one. So this horrible event didn't last as long as COVID, so it's not a thing. But I don't know. I'm seeing updates saying we might have to evacuate. Hopefully that's not the case, but I don't know. When that time comes, I'll give you updates. But like I said, I really think it's going to be something else that's going to happen that's going to cause an uproar and is going to test a lot of our faith in our government. And it's going to be really telling. I don't know what that is going to be. It's just my prediction. It's going to be something though. Hopefully it's not too drastic and dramatic. I hope a lot of people don't die, whatever this is. But it's coming and we got to be prepared. And trust and believe I'm ready. I'm ready to go to war. You should be ready too. Okay? All right, guys. Please like this video. If you like this video, please comment always. I love to hear you guys' opinions. And subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye.
Aquel día el instinto nos decía que esa noche juntico no quería, que las ganas bebé nos ganaría, pero no fue así. Vamos lento, ya, que si nos apuramos no disfrutamos del momento, ya, y lo vamos a arruinar. Dale lento, ya, dile a tus amigas que hoy no vas para afuera, que estás en la escuela y vamos a jugar. Ella sabe que quiero a mi mamacita. Ella también quiere que seamos felices. Ella, la que se apresura a la vueltica. Ella es intimidez. Como la ves, no le importa dónde y cuándo. De nada no es, yo no soy el que la mando. Nunca lo seré, su carácter no es de niña, que la puede controlar cualquiera. Y me encanta, yo lo sé, independiente. Vamos lento y verás. Y me encanta, yo lo sé, independiente. Vamos lento y verás. Vamos lento, ya, que si nos apuramos no disfrutamos del momento, ya, y lo vamos a arruinar. Dale lento, ya, dile a tus amigas que hoy no vas para afuera, que estás en la escuela y vamos. Los 7 días de la semana te doy de mañana y consejos sabes que no es. Te doy el desquite, que me quites todas esas ganas que te tengo, mujer. Todo el mundo sabe que tú y yo somos más que panas, pero nos vamos lento, que el que se apura no llega.